Hello listeners, thank you for joining us as we take you back to 1750 on a journey filled with exploration and lost treasure. We hope you enjoy our telling of the legend of the Spanish Galleon that wrecked off the coast of the Maryland-Virginia border, as well as the description of the island today. Arthur Bowman always wanted to travel the high seas. He had lived in Spain all of his life. It's not that he didn't like Spain, he tried to tell his parents, but there was just so much more out there. He wanted to see the world. The wind in his hair, sun on his face, the spray of the water on his skin. His father tried to get him to stay. What was wrong with the fishing boat job? Arthur just sighed. He was almost 18 and needed to spread his wings. So when a ship called the Gregorian was looking for new crewmates, he jumped at the opportunity. Besides, what could possibly sink a man of war? Arthur had never spent more than a full day or two on a ship, but this one was going all the way to Havana. That was a 2-month journey. Arthur's parents wrote to him as often as possible. They wanted to see him the next time he dropped the anchor in Spain. Although he made it a point not to see them too often when he was in the area, he told them that it was because the Gregorian was a big ship and needed constant maintenance to keep up with. But the truth was, it was because he thought that if he came back home enough, he would never go back to sea. Arthur found that his favorite place to be was up in the crow's nest. You could see for miles. Although most of the time there wasn't much to see, but when they got to Havana and back to Spain, it was a breathtaking sight that never got old. He spent most of his free time up there. One day, while Arthur was washing the deck, he overheard the captain talk to his first mate. They were talking in hushed voices so they wouldn't be overheard. Arthur strained his ears to listen. The captain was telling his first mate about the treasures they were taking back to Spain from the New World. Apparently, there was a lot more treasure than what the crew knew about. But why keep it from them? Arthur thought. Did they actually think the crew would steal it from them? This was the king's property, and taking it would be high treason. Arthur thought it would be best if he kept this conversation to himself. That night, a nasty storm blew in. The waves were higher than any Arthur had ever seen before, so it came as a surprise when the captain said he wanted to sail through the storm instead of dropping an anchor. Don't worry, Arthur kept telling himself. Nothing could sink a man of war, no matter how high these waves were. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, the ship was hit with cannonballs. Who would attack this ship, especially in this weather? The captain yelled for everyone to get to the battle stations. They did regular drills of this, but Arthur's fear was so intense he couldn't move. Did this have something to do with the secret treasure that was on board? Another strike. Arthur felt his feet lift from the ground and be hurtled into one of the ship's masses. How could they see them? As far as the eye could see, there was nothing but the raging storm. There was another blow. Then another. It seemed to be coming from everywhere at once. Once they were hit again, this time sending Arthur overboard into the waters. Arthur woke up on a beach. He had no idea where he was at. The hot sun was blazing down on him. He started to walk up the shoreline, where he saw some wreckage, hoping that there were some food or drinks he could salvage. But as he got closer, he heard a click. Slowly, he turned around and saw that it was his captain pointing a pistol at him. He threw a shovel at Arthur and told him to start digging. Arthur was petrified. Why was he doing this? Did he not recognize him? Once the hole was good enough for the captain, he threw some jewels and gold into it. Then Arthur was told to cover it up. The captain then gave Arthur a bottle of rum. He drank it in just a couple of minutes. "I'm sorry, son," said the captain. "Truly, I am. But no one must know where these were buried. And you're the only dead end left to tie up." The last thing Arthur heard was a single shot.
The legend of the Spanish Galleon, the Gregorian, carrying treasure, New World items, and a band of Spanish back to Havana is a story that is still disputed today. In the 1970s, the United States dismissed the indication of any Spanish shipwrecks off the coast of Assateague and any level of Spanish heritage in the wild ponies that roam the island today. However, the ponies have since been determined to have a close genetic resemblance to the Spanish Paso fin ponies, and during an underwater expedition, a commercial company, Sea Hunt Inc., based in New Hampshire, uncovered the shipwrecks of 2 Spanish Royal Navy ships dating back to the 1750s. These ships were determined to be the Juno and La Gagla, and while there was never any treasure found, over 100 artifacts from the wrecks were recovered, including the anchors and old Spanish coins. Although, researcher John Amron contests that the La Gagla ship was never actually found. He believes that this legendary Spanish galleon is buried somewhere on the island, and efforts should be taken to recover it. However, without obtaining a government permit, it appears that if the La Gagla is buried in Assateague's marsh, it is destined to stay there.
So, do you think the La Gagla is buried in the marsh at Assateague?
Honestly, I don't know. I want to believe so, because I think that'd be an interesting discovery. You know, if they ever let you, or let that guy or anyone try to come and dig it up. He
supposedly knows where it's at, like the exact location where it's supposed to be.
I'm confused why they won't just humor him.
The Spanish government doesn't want him to do it either.
Really?
Yeah. So he has a whole book about it, going into all the nitty-gritty legal stuff that I have not read. But I was trying to find information about it without having to buy the book, and all I got were reviews saying it's really interesting, and I got an excerpt saying that he talked to somebody who found a Spanish pistol dating back to the 1750s and some Spanish coins hidden in the woods around the area where they think the La Gagla is buried. But why they think it's the La Gagla buried in that area and why they think the other ship is misidentified, I have no idea. I can't find any information on it.
Well, which side is it on then? Because we only went to the Maryland side.
It's on the Maryland side.
Really?
Yes. So he's supposed to be writing a second book.
Ooh. So what do you think of, like, the crowds there?
I didn't think there were hardly anything there. Now, we didn't go in the summer. It was kind of cool. There wasn't a lot of people on the beach area.
Like right before winter.
Well, we were in the fall. October.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so it was still, 50s, 60s. It was nice outside.
There were no bugs.
Until you got into the marsh part.
Oh, yeah. Then there were a lot of bugs.
Yeah.
And a lot of horse doo-doo.
On the trails there were. I was surprisingly pleased on how clean the beachfront was.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't see anything. I don't know how frequently they must clean it.
Well, I forgot. Were dogs allowed there? Because we didn't take our dogs.
Yeah, dogs were allowed there.
On certain trails, though.
On certain trails, they were not allowed.
Yeah. So it's dog friendly in certain parts.
I love the wetland aspect to it.
They have these wooden bridges that go over it, so you don't actually have to step in it. So you don't have to worry about packing your high boots.
I thought it was definitely a nice alternative to Ocean City during COVID times. But if you're looking for a place that has a ton of attractions because it's a national park, you're not going to get anything else other than, nature.
And ponies.
And ponies.
There's a lot of ponies.
That was nice. That's something that you won't find in Ocean City. I think we found 6 in total.
I think, maybe.
Maybe 7.
Well, we found them in the wetlands. Or the marsh part of it.
We saw 4 in the marsh.
And then
we saw some coming in and out, too.
Yeah. They were just on the side of the road. And the beachfront was pretty cool.
Yeah, I've seen pictures where the horses get on the beachfront, too, sometimes. So, all in all, do you think you'd recommend this?
Oh, yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Especially if you like small horses.
If you like small horses, if you like...
the beach.
The beach, but you don't want the crowds.
Especially for right now, for when we went.
Yeah. I mean,
Did-
Ocean City's right down the...
Oh, yeah.
And they have a lot more attractions and stuff. But
Did
if
it
you
cost
want,
anything to get in?
We went on a national holiday, so it didn't cost anything that day, but I think usually there's an entrance fee like there is to most national parks.
Keep that in mind, too.
And you can camp there. We saw lots of campsites.
Oh, yeah. There's like 3 different campsites we passed.
Yes.
With RVs, and people had tents out. People had tents out on the beach, too.
That'd be a neat place to go camping. Alright. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. And comment below telling us how you felt about it, how you feel about Assateague if you've ever been there, and where you'd like to see us go next.
Thanks, you guys.